Hey everybody, John from DeadX Bowhunting. So I want to talk to you today about the Retina lock from IQ and why it is a great design. But this is sort of a mixed review, because although it is a great idea, a great invention, a great design, the quality is just not there. I have two IQ sights. I have a 3-pin and a 5-pin. Well, I just spent $300 on the IQ Pro sight. The third pin is a floater, which is great, and it's also great that the housing does not move, because that's one reason I don't like rovers. Your housing moves up and down as you adjust the pin. Don't like that, it messes with me. I'm not showing you the IQ Pro because I took it back. So I'm sticking with my 3-pin and my 5-pin because the Retina lock stays where you put it. The brand new $337 one, Retina lock would not hold still. Every time I went out to shoot the bow, the Retina lock is in a different place. You can probably tell I'm a little bit aggravated about it. It's just a shame because it's a great design. And, you know, come on, it's called quality control, people. Make sure that the products you're making work. It's just really irritating. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you what is so great about the Retina lock, why I'm going to continue to use my 3 and 5, and why you should definitely consider getting an IQ. But keep in mind, the quality may not be there. You may have to send it back and get a replacement, or take it back to your local shop and get a different one till you get one that the Retina lock doesn't move on you. But I'm going to show you why the Retina lock is a great idea, and we're going to talk a little bit about making a homemade Retina lock type deal. So let me show you. But anyway, now I've got on all this extra clothing. Now, let's say I'm hunting out of a tree stand. I'm going to draw this bow. I'm going to keep my upper body in the T shape and bend at the waist. You don't want to just drop your bow arm. You guys that are new to this, don't just drop your bow arm to shoot below you. You've got to keep that T. You've got to bend at the waist. But my point is, when you do that and you got on a lot of extra clothes, especially if you're all tweaked around, maybe kind of behind you, or just in weird positions, and probably definitely for a lot of you guys that are trying out this saddle hunting, you're going to be in all kinds of weird torqued up positions. This IQ, this Retina lock, that's where this shines, because you will see immediately how much you are out of alignment. So that is why I'm a huge believer in the Retina lock. So anyway, so I'm not going to go into a whole lot of details about making your own, other than, you know, you guys all know, if you're into bow hunting at all, you know what the Retina lock is, you know what the IQ sight is. Well, if you want to make something similar, you can pull something off of the back of your bow. Don't pull it off too far so it's getting into your cables, but you can make a little bracket. Well, this is easier said than done for some. I happen to be a machinist, so I have access to you know, drill presses and stuff like that, so I can easily make something like this. But just make a little bracket coming behind your riser. Again, not very far, because you don't want your cables to hit it. But coming out, put one little sight pin on it, an old-fashioned just steel sight pin, and then you will have that to line up your side to side, because it's all about this length between here and here that you can see if you're torquing the bow. So again, maybe not that easy for some of you to make something like that, but those of you that have some kind of little home shop or are familiar with tools or making stuff, you could easily make sort of a little homemade torque indicator. Let's call it that, a torque indicator. But you know, I don't want to slam IQ too much because, like I said, I have 2 of these. I bought the 3rd one, I took it back. The 2nd one I bought, you know, 2 or 3 years ago. It was the same thing. Just kind of shoddy craftsmanship. I actually called IQ, talked to them. They were pretty nice about it. And they actually had me send it into them. And they sent me another one, and it worked. And that's the one that's on that bow. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this video up. I would highly recommend you consider getting a Retina lock, getting an IQ sight, or trying to make some kind of torque indicator for your bow if you hunt out of a tree stand when it's cold, because you're torquing that bow more than you realize. It's not like you're just standing on a line shooting targets. So anyway, if you're not a follower of DeadX Bow Hunting, go over to our Facebook and follow us there, because every week we give away slicer broadheads, slicer turkey heads. So go find us on Facebook, follow our channel. It's almost hunting season, so I wish you guys the best. Stay safe. God bless. I hope you shoot the biggest buck of your life this year. And we'll see you next time on DeadX Bow Hunting.